Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Q 2011. I think you can do a little better than that. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. There we are. That's the Q welcome I'm used to. This year's conference theme is Ignite, Inspire, and Innovate Learning. Peter Reynolds designed the logo for us, and because he is Peter, he made it move, and he animated it. Peter couldn't be here with this issue because of the birth of his first child, Henry Rocket Reynolds. Now, I don't want to take too much credit, but you see there's a rocket in the logo. And I think if you look at the timing of when he was drawing that logo and when other things were, I'm not claiming anything necessarily, but I think there might be a link there between Henry Rocket Reynolds and our logo this year. Q's mission is to advance student achievement through technology. And I think we've been doing that in the last few days. How many of you have learned something? Anyone? Yes, outstanding. We take this mission very seriously. We have a board of directors who in addition to their day jobs, also donate an extremely large amount of time to make sure that this organization stays on that mission and continues to serve its membership. I'd like to acknowledge them now and have them all stand. We have a board of 9 members. And they're all collecting raffle tickets outside. So you probably have already seen them. This is our current board. Here are 2 here. We have one board member who is finishing up her second term. She has now served 6 years total. And I wanted to acknowledge Sharon Sutton with a special thank you for that extraordinary service, 6 years. She'll be cycling off the board this June, end of June. And I want to thank her for that service. Thank you, Sharon. Is John Idelson in the house? He's a world traveler. I think he just got back from Australia, New Zealand, and I think he was bicycling. I presume he took a plane to leave those islands, however, and didn't try to bicycle all the way back. In any case, John is the chair of the nominating committee. He's done this for many years. He accepted the job because his wife refused to allow him to serve on the board. And this is the only job that absolutely you cannot run for the board if you're the chair of the nominating committee. So I pitched it to Bobby, his wife, and I said, Bobby, I have the perfect job for John. He can't possibly run for the board with this job. And she said, done. He can do that. So he's done this now 4 years, and this is his last year. So I wanted to acknowledge him publicly and thank him for his service, even if he is still out bicycling somewhere. And now it's time to introduce your nominees for the Q Board of Directors. We have an outstanding slate of 6 candidates, and they're here, 5 of them, I think. No, it looks like 4 are here today. 2 had pressing family issues and do apologize. They're absolutely committed to the organization, but family is first, and of course, that's where they are today. So I encourage you to go to the website, listen to all the podcasts, and familiarize yourself with the 6 candidates. But here they are. We have Ray Chavez. Ray, why don't you go ahead and stand? Ray is affiliate nominated from San Gabriel Valley Q, and he serves in that capacity at the Los Angeles County Office of Education. We also have Bert Lowe. Bert's here with us today. Bert was nominated by Central California Q, affiliate nominated, and he just took a position at Alisal Unified? Union, see, I remembered, but I knew it was a typo, and okay. Alisal Union School District. Lainey Rowell is here. Lainey. Lainey was nominated by Orange County Q and serves as a K-20 professional developer and project coordinator. And Ken Shelton is here as well. Ken was member nominated, and he's a teacher from Walter Reed Middle School. We have 2 more nominees who couldn't be with us. Kevin Silverberg is superintendent at Standard School District and was nominated by Kern Q. I think we've got Kern Q in the house somewhere. Can you cheer for your nominee? There's Kern Q. All right. And we also have Hilda Sugarman, and she is a trustee from Fullerton School District, and she was nominated by Q members. So remember, there are always 2 ways to be nominated, and member is the other one. There's affiliate and there's member. So any Fullerton folks in the house that want to cheer for Hilda? There you go. Okay. I have to say it's an extraordinary slate of candidates. And I'm just been notified that we do have John Idelson in the house. So John's in the back. He's wearing that bright yellow shirt, but not wearing the hat that we saw earlier there. So in any case, thank you, John. I wanted to thank you for your service. The election will be from April 1st through the 26th, and you must be a current Q member as of April 1st to be eligible to vote. You can vote for 1, 2, or 3 candidates to your liking. It's up to you. And you'll have to do that by, I think it's 5:01 on the 26th of April for those votes to count. So please make sure your membership is up to date before it turns April Fool's Day, and that way you'll be eligible to vote. Here's all the info for you right here. So you go to q.org/election. You can listen to the podcasts, read the candidate statements, and of course, eventually there'll be a link appearing on April 1st so you can go and vote. It's all online. And I wanted to introduce now our board president, your board president, Micheline LeBlanc.
Good morning. I want to take a moment to welcome you from the Board of Directors and to the 31st Annual Q Conference. And how many of you, yeah, that's exciting, very exciting. We passed 30, now we're mature. So they say, I don't know. How many of you were at Carolyn McGuire's session last night? Okay. Her speech was about change. Let's bring change to the classroom. And with change comes new beginnings. And there have been many new beginnings in Q for the last 5-6 years. But there are 2 that the Board of Directors are really proud of that happened this year, and those I want to share with you. We returned to Northern California for our Fall Q 2010. It happened at American Canyon High School, which is located in Napa Valley, Napa Unified School District. And it was just as it began 31 years ago at a high school. Backpacks, walking from classroom to classroom. It was an exciting, wonderful feeling to be back in Northern California. There we are, walking from classroom to classroom. It was lovely because it was November. It was a lovely day. It didn't rain. Yay. We're very excited about that. One of the things that I enjoyed most about being at that conference was we all ate together. We all had lunch at the same time. So it was a wonderful opportunity for collaboration, communication, which is one of the aspects of attending a conference that I enjoy the most. So they had opportunities to share their successes, and it was just a wonderful experience. So another new beginning which happened at the conference was Iron Q. I can't do it as well as Mike, you know. And the secret ingredient is, anyway, it was really a lot of fun. Have any of you watched the show?
Iron Chef.
Iron Chef. Okay. So we had 2 Iron Q teachers, and they had a secret ingredient, and they had sous chefs that spent the day creating a project with the secret ingredient and the theme that Mike had created, and they shared them the very next day. A lot of fun, new beginnings, a lot of excitement. We were so proud to have Tom Torlakson join us at the conference. He had just been elected 3 days prior as the state superintendent of education, and this was his first public appearance at the closing session in Fall Q. Very exciting for all of us, and he is definitely an advocate for technology because in 2009 he received the Q Legislative Advocacy Award, and so we were very proud to have him be a part of our closing session. So, the second new beginning that I am most excited about is this new look for the Q.org website, which will be launching very soon in April, and this is the first chance that it's being shown today. So notice that at the top, educate, innovate, explore are our themes, and what you are looking at is the top portion of the home page. The idea was to represent from the home page what Q is all about. And Mike came up with the three ideas of learn, belong, impact. So all of the work that Q does kind of falls under those three things. And if you look, you can see that they are listed at the top. So there will be drop-down menus that will explain those three topics. So for example, under the Belong, you will find information about affiliates. You will find information about the SIGs, the committees. You'll find information about the Q community, all aspects of belonging and being a part of Q. Under professional development, of course, you will find the conferences. You will find the aspects of Q2U, all those related to professional development. Under impact, as you know, Q is an advocate in the state of California, as well as has a national presence for education technology. So you will find all aspects of impact, including information about Q Board. You will find that all under the category called advocate. This, let me just, here you can see one of the drop-down menus under professional development. So there will be those drop-down menus. At the top, there will be sliding banners. As new events are happening, you will notice those at the top. And this is the second half of the homepage where you can now see and click on any of those particular topics to get to them more quickly than going down from the drop-down menu. So it is the new beginning, the new improved Q website, and we're very proud to launch it in the very near future. And if you have time today and you're in the exhibit hall, if you go to the Q Hub, there will be those involved in its creation there to give you a longer demonstration. So I wanted to share that with you. We, the board, are very proud to make these changes and have a new beginning, a new look, hopefully a more user-friendly look at our website, and one that we will continue as we grow with other aspects of Q.org. So with that, I think there are also new beginnings happening and new raffles and things to talk about. So I'm going to turn this over to Michael, and welcome again. Bienvenidos a todos. Bienvenue, mes amis.
Well, now, I didn't know it was going to suddenly become a bilingual or trilingual activity. It's hard to follow that. One real quick announcement that Micheline reminded me of. Tom Torlakson did indeed come to the closing keynote of the Fall Q Conference, and in conversations with his staff and his schedulers over the last few weeks and months, I'm very proud to announce that he'll be joining us late tonight and will be here tomorrow, touring the exhibit hall, going to sessions, kicking off the Student Technology Showcase at 10 a.m. in the morning, and he will actually be able to say a few words here at the closing session tomorrow. So stick around, tell your friends. We're going to have Superintendent Tom Torlakson here at the Q Conference. We're absolutely thrilled that he was able to make that time to be here. I think it shows a dedication, an absolute dedication within the California Department of Education and leadership towards the use of technology. So we're really thrilled by that. And thank you, Micheline, for your wonderful opening comments there. Yes, the hashtag is Q11. No more need to be said, I think. How many of you have gone to the Q Guide? Q Guide. This is at 2011.q.org, and there's even a cooler version of it at 2011.q.org/mobile. If you want to have you can create a desktop app on your mobile device. You can actually save it right there. It's not an app through the App Store, but you can save it, and it's a bit more functional in terms of mobile devices. So it's 2011.q.org is perfectly fine, but if you want to go even a step further, /mobile. And in this is where we actually have moved now to using online evaluations. Oh, and if you really wanted to be uber hip, you could take your phone out, snap a picture of this. This is called a QR code, and it will redirect you to 2011.q.org. So you can impress your friends, your children, your students, saying, I used a QR code at the Q conference this year. We also have that on the back of the program if you want to jump right to it. It's printed on the back of the program. But we also have evaluations set up, and this is how you do it. You click on a session, and then you actually click on the word evaluation. It takes you to a form. You fill that out. We collect those. We've done away with the Scantron. Can I hear a cheer for that? No more number 2 pencils. It's online. But we need you to fill it out. We need you to tell us, how can we make the conference even better? How can we improve? How can we change things for the better? And that's how we do it, is those evaluations. There's also another on-site evaluation that we'll do with computers in the back of the exhibit hall, and that will open up to this afternoon, and you'll get a t-shirt if you give us an evaluation in that. This is specific to individual sessions, so you just navigate to the session you want to evaluate, you click evaluation, and off you go. The other one is for the entire conference, and it helps us really collect data on how to address things in the conference. Speaking of the conference, we've had a few changes this year. We added a bunch of things that we've continued this year, like the Diverse Learners Symposium. It's over at the Hilton, 3 dedicated rooms to students, learning how students have different diverse ways of learning and actually going through and addressing those using technology. We thought, let's dedicate an entire 3 strands to that. So that's over at the Hilton. That started last year. It's in its 2nd year. Q Unplugged also started last year. And that is out here in the lobby. So if you've got something you're itching to share, you can sign up on the wiki, qunplugged.com, and perhaps you can speak here at the Q conference. Who knew? We also started the Q Festival last year, and that continues. We had it last night. How many of you went? The Q Festival, celebrating student media. We had about 100 tickets sold. It was a bit more than we expected, so we were thrilled by that. We also have the Digital Textbook Summit tomorrow morning. It's in its 2nd year. And the Online Education Summit was yesterday with our partners from ADEC. They hosted that. Those were all introduced last year, and we continue them this year. The additions to this year are we've had for many years a good partner in CETPA, the California Educational Technology Professionals Association. And this year, we asked them if they would curate our IT strand. That is their focus. They support the IT community within K-12. And they just expanded that to K-20. I have to catch that. And they agreed, and they have actually helped us produce this strand this year. So if you are of the IT community, if you are an IT professional, we encourage you to go check out that strand. And is the CETPA crew here? Do we have Andrea Bennett? Do we have the board? Do you just want to stand and give us a shout? Or not? Okay. Note to self. Check on that before you ask people to stand up. The other, and perhaps the most exciting addition this year is we've had another partner that we've worked with over the last several years, TechEd, and it's a function of the Community College Foundation. It had, I think, a 14-year history, this conference. This year is its 1st year not existing as a standalone conference. Instead, we've joined forces, and TechEd is here within Q. We've added poster sessions, we've added hands-on concurrent 1-hour sessions, and we've invited the TechEd speakers that you've loved to come and speak at Q. Many exhibitors have come as well. So I wanted to thank publicly, Rick Fowler is here. He is the CEO, Executive Director of the Community College Foundation. So Rick, are you in the room? Standing somewhere? Now he is in the room. I saw him. Thank you, Rick. We really appreciate the support that the foundation has given us. And we welcome all of you from TechEd if you came and previously went to that conference. I was actually a former speaker there, so it's a great event. We're happy to welcome them into the Q family. I have a very quick announcement that I want to share with you, something that we've been working on for the last 18 months, and today is the day that we get to announce it publicly. We had a session on it yesterday, so a few folks were in the know, and we've had partners that have been brought into the project. But this will be the first chance I have to share this with everyone. And the project is called Leading Edge Certification. And I want to share it with you right now. Lainey Rowell gave this presentation, and so Lainey, I'm going to use your slides if that's okay. Okay. You know, you got to ask permission first, right? So Leading Edge Certification fulfills a need. We see a need out there that if we teach our students today the way we taught them yesterday, we rob them of tomorrow. It's one of my favorite quotes. And we see that there are ways out there that teachers can be acknowledged for using technology effectively in the classroom, not just from a proficiency standpoint, but understanding how it changes fundamentally teaching and learning. And we need a way to identify those teachers and those administrators and those librarians that are doing that extraordinarily well. Now, there are great recognitions out there. I'm actually honored to be a part of some of them. And they do tremendous things. But we wanted something that was brought together nationally and wasn't tied to a specific widget, software, tool, hardware, and we wanted to be able to provide that out through a national program made of partners. So we brought together 18 partners from across the spectrum of governmental bodies, nonprofit bodies, as well as universities, and we are building the curriculum. The curriculum will be rolled out over 5 years. The first year is going to focus on online teacher certification, so you can demonstrate that, yes, I have the skills and the understanding to effectively teach online. The second year will be a classroom and hybrid certification. I can do it in the classroom, I can do it in one of those hybrid structures. And then the third year will be administrators, because it takes a special kind of leader to be able to guide and be the visionary instructional leader on campus. And then the fourth year will be a library teacher, librarian. We welcome them in. They are amazing technology leaders on campus, and it would be wrong of us not to include them in here. And this is a way to recognize those that are doing outstanding work. And the fifth year would be professional developer. We call them leading educators. They actually lead these workshops and run these trainings. We are looking at standards over each of these years. We're looking certainly at the INACOL standards for the online teachers. We're looking at all of the ISTE standards and making sure that we're aligned with them as well, and other standards throughout the whole process. We have a number of members, and I don't need to do that. So the first project that we announced yesterday and we're going to be rolling out in July is the online teacher certification. And we'll make these slides available for you so you can actually learn more about it. But we're very, very excited about it. We're doing a pilot in April and May. The first training will happen at the Online Teaching Conference in Costa Mesa at Orange Coast College on June 22nd. So hopefully you can make it there. We have 25 seats open for that. There were 25 seats open for it after Laney's session. I suspect there might be a couple less now. So run, do not walk, to onlineteachingconference.org or otc11.org. And you can register for that today. CUE's proud to partner in producing that conference. But I don't want to take any more time. We've got a lot of things to cover today. So another announcement, our friends at Tech for Learning have made available a free copy of Share for every CUE member who joins by April 1st. And then you have until May 9th to download it. So Share, if you haven't heard of Share, it's their newest product. It just rolled out. It essentially is the successor to their previous products where you could create media by putting pieces together, animations and all these wonderful things, put them together, and then that will be available to you. It is available to you right now. If you just go to the CUE website, click on Members Only, log in, you'll be given access to the code to download it. If you can't log in or it gives you some sort of a hassle, you might need to renew your membership. Just saying. So that will be until April 1st, and then we'll close the doors, and then May 9th you can download after that. Another big announcement that, again, this week, all these things came down this week. I think I'll sleep in April at some point, but CUE and Curriki. How many of you are fans of Curriki? Curriki.org. It is a free website. It is a community. It is a place where teachers and educators can share curriculum. I think it's well named, and I'm just very, very excited that I haven't accidentally called it CUEriki, just have to say. But CUE and Curriki have joined forces. We will now be providing the professional development to schools across the nation that want to implement Curriki as a solution for curriculum. So we're really excited about this. Now, I learned my lesson. I'm not going to ask if the Curriki folks are in the house. Okay. See? All right. But they're out here and they have a booth, so you can go and talk to them as well. Same as Tech for Learning as well, and be happy to talk to you about those exciting developments. Now, I'm going to save this for a little later because we have one other announcement. I want to see if we can switch inputs here. And I've got a buddy. It's 8:27. I think you might be ready for us. Let's see if the input works. Okay. Just make sure I'm on the right port. Okay, we're switching to iPad, JT, and how about we unplug and plug it back in? That's always solves 95% of the problems, they say, right? So how many of you have heard of FaceTime? Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we saw it. All right, here we go. So this is Q's iPad 2, and oh, JT told me I had to stick my neck out. Okay, there we go. Otherwise, it's not good. Okay. Thanks, JT, you were right. Okay, so I want to see if my buddy Chris is on the line here and connected. Wanted to make sure that we could tell you about something really exciting that Q is going to be doing in just a few weeks in a little place called Sydney, Australia. And we tried this, and we had some success, and we actually had it fail on us a couple times. Gotta keep sticking the neck out. Yeah, it's better. Okay. All right, well, let's just try it again real quick with Chris. Okay. We could always call my family as a backup. I'm sure my wife would love that. Mike, why is it so loud there? What's that noise in the background? Okay, well, I wanted to show off the coolness of FaceTime, but you know, we can always go with good, trusty Skype. Here we go. All right, so let's see if Chris is here. And I believe he is. There he is. Oh, I accidentally called Mark. Sorry, Mark. Don't answer. There we go. Mark's the backup if Chris doesn't answer. Here we go. All right. Video. All right. Doesn't sound like an Australian ringtone, does it? Oh, it's Skype. That's right. So Chris is doing some amazing things at his school, and we're going to ask him a quick question about that if we get this connected. So let's see. I see it starting. Anyone know Chris Betcher? He's Betcha Boy on Twitter. Nope, no followers of Chris Betcher? Okay, we got to work on this, Chris. Hey, how you doing?
Good, mate, good. Sorry, new version of Skype. Where is the turn on your video thing? There it is, right?
Wow, you really are amazing. It's like your lips don't even move.
Yeah.
That's quite amazing. In any case, we don't have your video image yet, but we've got your smiling face. So I wanted to just do a quick question for you. What is it that's going to be happening in Sydney on April 20th, and what's Q's role in it?
We're very excited. The Google Teacher Academy happening in Sydney for the first time in Australia. I think the second time out of the US. And I was fortunate enough to apply and be part of that, so I'm very excited about that.
And you got in? He was accepted. He'll be going to the academy, and he's actually going to be doing a mini presentation at the Google Teacher Academy. So Q is very proud to be able to produce these academies for Google. This is, I think, our 12th academy and our third country that we've done the academies in. So, Chris, we still don't have your video, but I did want to ask a little bit about your school. Your school takes a different approach about allowing students access. Oh, see? I said the word access. Just got shut down. Here we go. Let's try it again. You know, it's not a tech conference if you don't have something like this, right? All right, so we'll do this again. Because we didn't prepare questions at all. It's not like a cooking show. We don't have it. Okay. All righty. I think we may have... Oh, look at this. Hold on. This is very exciting now. Hold on. I may have to... There we go. Okay, it's not working. All right. I know when to declare defeat. In any case, that was my attempt to try and use the new tool. Well, it was my justification that Q had to buy an iPad, too. So one of the things that Chris was going to speak on was, he's calling us. He just won't quit. I tell you, these Australians, they are very persistent.
Yes,
Hey
we
there.
are.
I lost you as I said the word access.
Yeah, it's
Hey!
it made me wonder about that. That's a bit scary. Have you got video now?
We got video now. We got actual moving lips. Very exciting.
I know that. We didn't go with with FaceTime. Decided to go with Skype.
Yeah, I was going to ask you a question about your school and how your school is a little different when it comes to giving students access to the internet and social media and tools. Oh, there he is. Okay, he's still there. Can you tell us about your school and the philosophy that you guys use?
Yeah, we take a very open approach to things. We actually don't filter very much. We don't block anything social. We give the kids open slather to Facebook, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. We actually don't block any of that stuff. And not only that, we try and teach the responsible use of it, which for some reason people find that odd.
And so you mean the kids aren't running wild and posting terrible things about their teachers on Facebook, and chaos isn't, and meteorites aren't falling from the sky? How are you guys dealing with all this openness?
Funnily enough, they actually find more interesting things to do.
Yes, there are much more interesting things to do. So the students are engaged, and they focus on the interesting things to do rather than the inappropriate things to do.
Yeah, we're a laptop school from in Year 6 and then from Year 9 to 12. And we just made a decision last week that we're actually going to be a laptop school from grade 5 through to 12. So that's very exciting that we're finally making that transition and filling in those gaps. But yeah, our kids love using technology, and we encourage it to the point where, to start restricting access to things would be silly.
Absolutely. Alrighty, well, we have a couple of other things I want to cover, but I want to thank you so much. And could you tell the folks what time it is in Sydney, Australia?
Mike, I must, like you, it's 2:34 a.m.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Chris Betcha Boy, for getting up so early. Have a wonderful time at the Google Teacher Academy. I wish I could be there. I'm sure you guys will have a great time, and I'll send something for you through Mark Wagner. So have a great time.
No worries. Adios. Thank you
so much.
See you all.
All right. Okay. So didn't completely fail. All right. I want to take a moment now. CUE has a tradition of honoring its own through a recognition program called the CUE Awards Program. And last year, we had, much like Sharon Sutton, a 6-year board member retire and end her term. And because she just didn't get enough of CUE, when I asked her if she was interested in sharing the awards committee, Debra White said yes. So ladies and gentlemen, your awards committee chair, Debra White. All right, come on up. Let's get this rocking and rolling.
Good morning. Really quickly, I just would like to acknowledge the members of the committee, because it's not just me. We have 3 other members, Barbara Kenoy, Sarah Armstrong, and Chris Walsh, who read all the submissions for these awards, and we worked together to make the decision. So, we have a bit of a new beginning with awards this morning also. We have chosen to divide up the presentation of the awards. This morning, we will be giving the Gold Disc, the Till Award, Technology and Learning Leadership, and Platinum. And at the closing session tomorrow, we'll be presenting some of the other awards. So, the Gold Disc. Hopefully I can see this. The Gold Disc is CUE's oldest recognition program. A Gold Disc is recognition of a recipient's contributions to CUE and to technology and learning. CUE members who've made a significant long-term commitment to CUE and its programs can be nominated to receive the Gold Disc. And Gold Discs are intended to celebrate member contributions of time and talent to CUE. We have 3 recipients of this award this morning. I'd like to ask that you hold your applause until I've completed reading the statement they'd like read and they've come up to get their award. So we first of all have Judith Dennington. Judith Dennington
So I broke the rule.
Has served on the Inland Area Q Board from almost the beginning of the affiliate. She has held almost every position on the board and was completing a term as president at the time her nomination was made. She's been a constant member of whatever Inland Area Q is doing at the conference. I'm sure many of you have seen her smiling face somewhere around the conference this weekend already. Judith wants to express her gratitude to her husband of 40 years, her children who put up with the long hours of prep and the single-minded focus we all know is necessary to successfully integrate technology in our classrooms. She's also grateful to her Q friends whose encouragement and support renew her spirit and challenge her to try new technology adventures. Got a sneak peek. Okay, second is Anna Masi. Anna Masi has been a leader and a driving force in East Bay Q, on the East Bay Q board, taking on many projects with enthusiasm and efficiency. One of Anna's many contributions to Q has been to actively encourage teachers in the non-public school community to join Q. The number of non-public school teachers attending the annual East Bay Q Conference, Cool Tools, has increased each year due to Anna's effort and work. Anna is humbled and honored to be receiving this Gold Disc Award. She especially wants to thank the president and past members of the East Bay Q Board who have been her mentors and friends for the past 6 years. So congratulations. All right. There we go. Now we have Suzanne. Suzanne Mitchell. Suzanne Mitchell has been the conference chair since 2005. Yes. Suzanne has been instrumental in using technology to move the conference planning committee forward. She's brought the use of Web 2.0 tools to help the committee communicate and plan. Susanna also set up the volunteer committee that works at the conference. You've probably seen the volunteers with their bright green ribbons. That was Suzanne who brought that. That group of volunteers has helped Q reduce conference costs, and it's a perk for those volunteers who help at the conference. They get help with the cost of their attendance. To quote Suzanne, Q is a personal and professional workout, one you love. I'm working with the most talented techies, visionaries, and hardest working people I've ever met. She wants to thank Eileen Waters for nominating her, the Q team of Mike, Marisol, Dana, and Amy for their leadership and hard work. For the board and the volunteers, she also wants to thank them, who work to ensure that you go home from Palm Springs with great tools, a great experience, and renewed faith and passion that you, as a teacher, can make a difference. So. Okay, the next award this morning is the Technology in Learning Leadership, also known as TIL. Technology in Learning Leadership Award recognizes local, state, and national leaders in educational technology. Members of the broader educational technology community, and they don't have to be members of Q, but this year's is, are eligible for recognition in this category for their contributions to advancing the mission of the organization. This year's Technology and Learning Leadership Award winner is Harry Bloom. Harry Bloom has been a leader in the educational technology community for almost 4 decades. He has made extensive efforts to involve the community and facilitate partnerships with business and legislators to offer in order to advance the use of technology in education. During his career in education, Harry has worked in and with outstanding organizations: the San Diego County Office of Education, CTAP, the California Department of Education, and of course, CUE. He is proud of the efforts he's been able to make over the years to help schools and districts harness the power and promote the use of technology as a learning and decision-making tool, and of his ability to bring together key stakeholders from all segments of society and leverage their collective expertise in support of K-12 education. Harry expresses his appreciation to Cynthia Sistick-Chandler, Bill Simpson, and Daryl Sturman for even thinking he would be worthy of this consideration for this great honor, and for their unwavering support throughout the award process. And most of all, he wants to thank his wife, Brenda, and his sons, Taylor and Tanner, for inspiring him to be the best that he can be in his most important roles, husband and dad. Harry Bloom. And the last award this morning that we're going to be presenting is Platinum Disc. CUE's Platinum Discs are presented to members of the educational technology community who have made significant ongoing contributions to the advancement of technology in education. CUE members and others in an extraordinary circumstance who have made an outstanding and continuing contribution to CUE and to accomplishing its missions and goals can be nominated to receive a Platinum Disc. Platinum Discs are awarded rarely, and they are in recognition of career-long contributions to educational technology, CUE, and its affiliates and mission. And typically a Platinum Disc winner has already received a Gold Disc. I'm going to turn this over to Micheline to make this presentation.
It's my great pleasure to give this award to a friend and dear colleague, Mary Ann Pack. She is currently the Executive Director of CTAP Region 6. Yes, working for you. She serves the 6 counties of Amador, Calaveras, San Joaquin, Stanislaus, and Tuolumne counties. She has twice served as the CTAP chair and continues to lead the group of the Program Management Group Committee, working very closely with the Department of Education to implement education technology programs. Many people probably don't know that Mary Ann was a bilingual teacher for 26 years. She advocates for education technology through her work with COSIN and ISTE's Executive Board, and is serving as the co-chair of the CUE Advocacy Committee. Mary Ann consistently rises to the top as a true leader and visionary for building statewide and national collaborations for the benefit of students, teachers, administration, and partners. I wanted to give her a hug. Mary Ann would like to thank the CUE Board of Directors for the honor, and in her words, if I may quote, "It's a wonderful feeling to be recognized by such a great organization," close quotes. She looks forward to continuing her efforts to improve teaching and learning through the use of education technology. Mary Ann Pack.
Okay. One last two things probably. As I said, we've divided up awards. So we have a previously presented award, and it's called Making It Happen. And this is the first time that CUE, as an affiliate of ISTE, has presented this award. And basically, just very briefly, Making It Happen, it's actually an ISTE-sponsored, internationally recognized awards program for educators and leaders in the field of educational technology integration in K-12 schools. It recognizes and identifies educational technology leaders around the world for their commitment and innovation. Making It Happen has been recognizing outstanding educators since 1995. And at the President's reception Wednesday night, we recognized Sarah Armstrong for making it happen. And although he has not received his award yet, he will be getting it tomorrow because he's not here yet. We recognized Hall Davidson for making it happen. I want to end with this slide, and maybe I'll let Mike come on back up.
Well,
right?
let's have them applaud for all of
Oh,
the
all of
recipients.
them, yes,
Absolutely.
sorry. Okay, so start nominating members of your affiliate now. The award rubrics, the award applications are online for next year, and here are your deadlines for submission on this slide. But don't wait till then. Start now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Debra White, and I'm going to need that remote, actually, Debra. Yeah, I think Michael might want it too. So thank you, though. Yes, sorry. Yes, please do applaud for Debra. I didn't mean to interrupt the applause. It would have been a very interesting presentation, I think. All righty. Let me go ahead and get us where we need to go here. We've got, oh, and one real quick thing. Everybody, I think, that received awards had someone cheering for them. I want to do a special thank you to Randy Ward, Superintendent from San Diego County Office of Education. He's here in support of Harry Bloom. Thank you for coming. I like to acknowledge leaders that are visionary enough to come to an organization like CUE and see our conference, so thank you for coming, Randy. The leadership, speaking of visionary leaders, we partner with AXA every year. This is now our 4th year doing the Leadership 3.0 Symposium. It's CUE, AXA, and TCAL. It's in April. It's in Orange County in Irvine. And we have Young Zhao as our opening keynote. He's extraordinary if you haven't seen him speak before. Very inspiring. And he will be there speaking. And this guy, you just saw him a second ago, is going to be our closing keynote, Hall Davidson from Discovery Education. Another event that we're proud to partner on is the Online Teaching Conference. It's a joint effort of the California Educational Technology Collaborative and CUE. It's this June 22nd, 23rd, 24th. And I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I know at least one keynote at the event is in the room right here, Michelle Pacansky-Brock. Steve Hargadon is here at the conference. He might be in the room. He's the other keynote. So we've got the all-stars focusing on online teaching, and it'll be there in Costa Mesa at Orange Coast College in June. So mark your calendars. Registration is open now. And then, of course, I mentioned this yesterday, so I will only briefly mention it, but we have this thing that we started up last year called the Rockstar Teachers Summer Tech Camp. If you want to have 3 extraordinary days to really unleash your inner rock star, this is the event to do it. John Carippo came up with the idea, and we're doing it not in just one place, but 2 places this year. In August, it's going to be at Minarets High School near Yosemite, and in July, it's going to be at the New Village Leadership Academy, Caroline McGuire School, just near Malibu, Calabasas area, and that'll be in July. And then I have one real quick request from our closing keynote, Leslie Fisher. She wants you to be a part of the closing keynote. We need your help to make it the best closing keynote ever. So we need you to go to bit.ly/bestq, so bit.ly/bestq, and tell us, what was the best thing you saw at the CUE conference? What did you learn? What do you want to take back and use Monday? Fill out that form, tell us. We might even call you up on stage and you could be a part of the closing keynote, as long as you agree to the videotaping part. And then 3:15 to 4:15 tomorrow, right back here. Leslie wanted me to share that with you, so write that down, bit.ly/bestq. Sorry, I didn't have time to make the QR code. I'm truly not a geek, I guess. There it is, bit.ly/bestq. All right, I also wanted to thank our Tier 1 sponsors of the conference. We wouldn't be able to do all the things that we've done without their support. Epson has put projectors in every room, so thank you, Epson. Yahoo produced Yahoo and CUE and the Santa Clara County Office of Education, through the tireless effort of Diana Paradise, a board member, and Catherine Teitelbaum from Yahoo, put together the Digital Citizenship Summit here at CUE. They've been doing it in Northern California for 4 years, and this is the first Southern California venue. So I really was thrilled to have it as part of the Q conference, and we hope that's something that continues for many years. We also want to stick around for the end of the keynote. We have a raffle. The good folks at SMART are giving away a 680i4 interactive whiteboard with one of those articulated arms with the projector. So there's that. And we talked about Q to U already, so let me jump ahead here. I want to make sure I introduce one more thing here. ISTE conference. Q, as you know, is an ISTE affiliate. You saw the ISTE logo on some of those slides. Those are the candidates we nominate to ISTE for their awards program, and in many cases in the past year, they have had the great taste to select our nominees as their winners. Caroline McGuire was the outstanding teacher, and our own Bill Simpson was Till Bill. He was the outstanding leader. He's here. So we hope that ISTE takes our nominees and, again, uses that great taste that we know they have and awards them at the ISTE conference this year, which is in Philadelphia in 2011. And it's these dates, June 26th through 29th. And you can go online to isteconference.org. Now, as Q members, because Q is an affiliate, you get a discount to join ISTE as a member. And you can't, it's hard to go now to the ISTE conference and not become a member, so it's effectively a discount to the conference. You also, because we are helping them spread the word about this event, you can register all the way up to May 1st and get the super early bird rate. So just make sure you register as an affiliate member, and then you'll get that special rate. So we're really excited to partner with ISTE. ISTE's actually here in force. I believe we've got several of the ISTE team, so they're waving. And we thank them for coming, and we are proud to partner with them. Speaking of partnering with ISTE, no, I put it in the wrong order. But you gotta love the Super Friends music, right? This is our conference next year, March 15th through 17th. It ends on St. Patrick's Day next year. So mark your dates for that. But then right after that, June, ISTE's coming to California. And you folks